So I'm a creative arts therapist and I work at the San Francisco VA Medical Center. My goal as a therapist there is to help people regain their stories, not just their own story, but regain their story in the community and in connection with others in the community. So when we were given some money on an innovation grant, one of the first things I thought of was making a connection with the local public access television, which in San Francisco happens to be the Bay Area Video Coalition and the San Francisco Commons Public Access.
We are a media arts center and our mission is to enable the sharing of diverse stories through art, education, and technology. We worked with about 10 veterans from the local VA in San Francisco to do a short workshop where they learned to develop their short format digital story, to produce it, to shoot it, to edit it, and finally to export it and get it ready for broadcast on TV locally and also on the web.
I first had the idea after I had created a fly leash, which then became my own fly kite. I gently captured a drugged up fly. I then, using surgical forceps and tweezers, tied a fine suture thread around his body. Then I let out some slack. He buzzed, dipped, and dived like the Red Baron. This made me and my buddies smile, so I decided to expand the idea and suspend a flymobile from inside of the tent. I used 2 wooden dowels that used to hold up mosquito netting over a cot, attaching them at the middle. I hung this from the tippy top of the inside of our tent. Then, as I caught and leashed flies from time to time, I tied them to the mobile. Sometimes the mobile was full and buzzing with movement and flight. The flies could move the mobile around by their own power until they got tired. Then they would just hang there and die.
It's a way of channeling all that trauma and turning all that negative energy into something positive. I'm starting to see now, that I can really take this and a lot of things that are inside of me I can bring out in certain ways that I never thought possible.
How do I make meaning of all the signs around me? What if making meaning was like flying kites? Group meaning, individual meaning. Working very hard to find meaning.
The process of telling your story and sharing it with others and even figuring out what your story is can actually help you heal and change and grow.
What happens sometimes, people will get stuck in one story in their life. When you start to tell your story outside of yourself and tell it to others, you can respond to them and you can actually have a much clearer story and a much better way of operating in the world.
It is very exciting, it is very engaging.
It does give me a sense of that I can accomplish something.
Veterans can become a voice, and this is definitely a way to become a voice. If enough of us get video skills and entrepreneurial skills and skills in talking to the public, someone will hear us.
My dad, loving, caring, always there, strength, proud. I found out later in life that he was in the service, just like I was. He was in the Army, just like I was. That made me doubly proud.
The exciting thing about the Veteran Storytelling Project is that we hope others around the country will take this up and do something similar. I mean, almost every community has a public access TV station or some kind of community media center that, like BAVC, supports the local community to come in and share their stories.